All right. The time is 6 o'clock and I call the August 22nd Board of Selectmen meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Citizen comments, we don't know citizens today. Approval of the minutes for August 8th, they should be attached.
I have read them and I make a motion I have
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve the minutes of August 8th. Is there any discussion on them?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, carrying on that. Correspondence and announcements.
Wow.
Yeah. Public works report. We're in the process on working on some road projects. We are looking at some chip sealing being done to Wiley School, and this is Wiley School from from the bridge, the corner where the bridge is, right, it gets hit where the guardrail. Yeah, from there to Fort Hill Bridge, so from bridge to bridge.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, we just did the from Chucket to partway down.
Yeah, so there's like some done in, I think we temporarily did like a section in the middle of what I just said, because it was really bad and it needed some.
It's
sort of-
really bad at the other end.
Yeah, some sort of other thing done, so we're just going all the way through. And Parkland Hill Road book is gonna get done, and the state is just getting ready to start redoing Econ Hill from 14A to 155. And they plan on starting that sometime this week, and it will be done by September 1st. It's all goes well. So,
Have we heard anything further from the state on the bypass road from?
no. So finance report, we got that last time, so. Old business, ARPA funds, no update. Fort Hill Bridge, we haven't had any update. The Gate Street Rec Master Plan, we had a meeting last week, and the committee approved the proposed master plan, and it'll be moving forward to I think the rec commission will have like a kind of like a public meeting during one of their meetings for people to come in, and then that'll be presented.
Was there a particular version or is that what's going to be discussed at the rec?
It's a version, and I'm going to put it in here, so I have a copy of it in my office. I can show you after. It's all in the town website. And the meeting, we had technical difficulties live streaming it, but it did get recorded, and I just have to figure out how to get it from the Zoom cloud to YouTube, so then it'll be on there.
Okay.
The Baptist Church Well project, we're just finalizing that up. We've gotten all the invoices for it, and we're having a meeting scheduled, possibly in the next couple of weeks. Municipal ISP, no. Municipal complex improvement project, we finished. I think the next phase we're on for that is, yeah, we're working on the bathroom. Yeah, so, the bathroom fixtures, and then we have to figure out the flooring and the wall and like the bathroom colors, so.
I would recommend that we get one of those urinals that don't require the people that don't.
Automatic flusher.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what this one has, it's a great thing for them.
Not just the urinals, but the toilets as well.
Oh, good.
Oh, I don't know what kind of toilet we picked out.
Little Carl one today.
So that's where that's going. Ordinances, this is the right ordinance. So I haven't reached out to Stonington, but I did look up on there, like I said before, my only concern was the added cost to everything. So I did look up a couple of the towns that I saw had the blight enforcement or any, I just kind of like searched around to see what was going on. And it looks like in Stonington, their blight enforcement officer is the same person that is their zoning enforcement their zoning officer and their wetlands officer, like it's all one person. And so they just pay that person a stipend of $5,000 to cover the zoning enforcement.
And she had recommended that it should be a paid position because you do have to deal with all the
Yeah.
bugs and wing nuts.
So it was added on to her, whatever her already existing salary on, so as they added 5,000 to it. And then I looked, Groton or Norwich, their zoning enforcement officer is their zoning enforcement assistant. So they just added that to that person's job duty. So the tricky thing about the zoning enforcement officer being a blight officer is we just had this issue before. The zoning enforcement officer is that's under planning and zoning, right? Is that what it was? Yeah. The zoning enforcement officer is under planning and zoning, so they're the ones that hire them.
Mhm.
And I think since we're doing the ordinance, the enforcement officer would be, I think, under, I don't know, it's kind of tricky as to like if it would be hired for the same position or not. That would be up to the planning and zoning if they want to do that. That's probably why it was separated. I don't know. That's tricky. So those are options right there. It doesn't look like if it's just added on to an already existing position, it doesn't look like it's that much of an addition as well.
Any questions that are worth asking to satisfy your concerns, candidates would be how many times they've had actions as far as issuing notices,
Yeah.
how quickly they were remediated without fees and fines,
Yeah.
and in those particular instances where fees and fines were assessed, how did they go about handling the collection? Because I know in one case, she had said it was a large mill and the fees and fines or something are over $100,000.
Yeah.
And they were able to get the money when the property was sold.
Right. I don't think we have any property.
And, as I've said to y'all, I don't see this as being a cudgel to beat people into. Everybody must have a red door. Nobody may have a clothesline,
It's not an HOA.
so forth. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's, the sofa in the front yard of the property across the street from the post office, it's been there for 7 years, needs to go.
Right.
So the $100,000, was that a tax lien?
Was the lien they put on the property.
It's a large property. I don't think we would have.
No, I understand, but with the mechanism, would it be a tax lien or a mechanics lien? I don't know if the town can do a mechanics lien, but it would be a lien of some sort that
Lawyer Scott asked that, but it's
upon
probably,
sale,
it's
that
probably
everything is due.
federal can't transfer until the lien is satisfied.
Yeah.
Any other questions that you would want to address?
My main concern is the additional expenses from the time running to like have or like. And who would do the paperwork? Which it looks like it would fall under the zoning office, but. I would have to send that to planning and zoning for review too, since it would fall under them.
And then the blight appeals officer.
Yeah, that has to be a separate person. That's not already somehow involved in it, so it can't be the same. Probably can't be in the zoning office.
Well, does it have to be a paid position or can it be like the zoning board of appeals?
It can't be the zoning board of appeals.
No, like them,
Ah.
but it would be another board.
It says the only requirement of the citation hearing officer is that they may not be involved in the process in some other official capacity. Towns have chosen a wide variety of people to serve in that role. It can't be us either because we represent the town. So it has to be someone that has nothing to do with anything.
So TBD on that part.
Yeah.
But this sounds like progress.
Unless anyone has any other questions for me to send to candidates for the attorney, we can move on to that.
You might want to ask her if, for instance, if you don't pay your property taxes, it compounds at whatever it is, 1.5% a month.
If they don't pay their property taxes, the month has to do it.
Right.
So,
So if this is a lien, do they need that as well too?
but anyway,
At $25 a day over the course of 365 days, that adds up to almost $9,000.
Right.
The person doesn't pay that after the first year, do we start adding interest onto it?
Liens
Wait.
typically do not.
Okay,
Liens are static. From my understanding, with mechanics liens, there's no interest on them. It is a claim against the property, and you know, sell 30 years. The lien does not change.
and my thought process is just thinking if they don't pay the taxes, then that depending on how long they've gone not paying them, then that's when it goes into like the town gets it. So, and then the town wouldn't be responsible for anything. Until the fee comes to them.
Well, if the town seizes a property from tax delinquency,
Yeah.
then the lien goes away because it's the
Yeah.
town applying.
Right.
We don't have to, or
We don't
we
pay
pay ourselves $9,000 a year.
That's why we go back, so,
So, yeah,
okay. The fire station improvement design, I just spoke to the engineers on that, and we're in the process of scheduling a meeting within the next couple of weeks. Sale of 2 Church Street, that's kind of been used to.
fine.
Okay, so new business. North Shore Road driveway permit. So I just have a driveway permit that needs to be refunded on 103 North Shore Road. Public Works went out and inspected it, and I actually spoke to the contractor that was the driveway in, because there were some issues with the driveway. I've already, it was put in there from before, when it was put in there sometime before winter, so the plows already picked some of it up. The reason being when the contractor put the driveway in, it wasn't like clear cut. So I talked to him about that, and he said that he couldn't clear cut it because the road's in such bad shape down there. When he tried to clear cut it, the road broke. So that section of the road actually is on that paving list, so it will get paved soon. I told him I wouldn't make him redo it, understanding that, but when I sent the refund to the resident, it would be in a letter that would say that the town's not responsible for repairing their driveway for the plow damage, because it's the faulty of the apron, not the plow. So he said that was fine. And I'd already talked to the property about it. So,
I make a motion to refund the driveway fee.
with a letter.
Sorry.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Town properties, so. The treasurer was going through, he's been doing a list of assets and stuff for the town, and he stumbled upon a list of all town-owned property. And he was like,
I just ready to say that. Sorry, come on.
and he's like.
It's in the vault.
He's like,
Tell me I
why,
know filing cabinet.
why do we have all these properties? And we're like, it's been on, Julie and I have talked about it for years to auction them off or do something with them because in the past, properties were held on to and to trade for to DEP for other properties. But all of the properties that DEP will only take new properties that abate, like abut already existing DEP properties, and none of these properties do. So, we were talking to the treasurer about it, and because we're already looking to do a property sale for Church Street, we just figured maybe we'll just list them all and get rid of, like, offer them all up. So at the same time,
Are any of them zoned for building?
maybe a couple, but most of them are really small. So,
These are some of the ones we've talked about in the past, like on Bailey Pond.
yeah.
Yeah, they're they're not buildable.
Well, for a lot of people, it's just a camper site.
The property owners might want them. Other I bought them, I just don't know, or I don't know. I think what we were talking about was putting a list in the paper and taking bids on either all properties or individual properties, however.
We're gonna write this RFP, right?
Yeah,
I did a little research on a couple other RFPs, it's pretty simple. So we can just take one and revise it. I'll have it ready for the next meeting.
yeah. So that's what that is. The Steve Gate Street Playground, So the state put the grant out. They did this last time. They put the steep grant out and they have the due date was like a month after they put it out. So we already have a steep grant that we're working on. So for this one, we look to put in as part of the Gate Street recreation complex. This would be the playground part, which exists in like not having the playground down there anymore, but moving it up here in the middle of the walking track. So we put the steep grant in for the cost of the two, because it's a little kid playground and a big kid playground. So the cost of the putting in the playground. So we submitted the grant for that, and then we'll see what happens. And that would be the first phase of the Gate Street project.
And that was my question, can we tie it in with the proposed work for the Gate Street complex?
Yeah, it would be like part of it. That's I think we mentioned the plan and everything in it. So it would be part of that. So then we have two grants out right now for work on the Gate Street plan, like that part's still on here, like the playground part is still true to this map. So it would be like the steep grant is the playground part in the middle here, the playgrounds. And one of the grants we have in, it includes the sidewalks that go, I don't know if that's the ones that go over in there here,
And that would be the Canadian Goose viewing walk track.
which this morning,
That's down here, isn't it?
no, they're up here now.
Grass is
Oh.
much greener, I'm told by Julie.
I saw, when I pulled in this morning, there was a lady out there.
Eating them?
Yeah. She was on the school side, like she came down the school stairs and I was watching her and she had like something in her hand and I'm like, what is she doing? And she was feeding the geese, but there were seriously like 100 out there this morning. They've been multiplying and I couldn't figure out why they've been multiplying. And they were all like in between me and her. And I'm like, looking at the geese and looking at her, and I'm like, if I try to go over there, are they gonna attack me? Or if I start yelling, are they gonna attack me?
Oh, like they're
So
goslings.
so I was like,
They
I
might
gotta-
visit you.
and attack me.
Just as.
So I actually have it on my list to call DEP and see, I think it's illegal to feed them.
I don't know, but I think hunting season begins September 1st. We'll ask for volunteers in town.
But I.
Pancake breakfast and goose shoot.
If they had like, I don't know, any signs or ways to like keep them off there, I don't know. Cause Tony said that, Norwich had to pay like $10,000 to get the geese off. Like, I guess Norwich owns a, golf course.
Yes.
And they had to pay $10,000 to keep the geese off the golf course, so. First thing is to not feed them.
East deterrence.
Well, maybe somebody just needs to explain this woman, not for nothing, but the children play soccer out here.
Yeah,
And these geese leave a tremendous amount of feces on the field.
yeah.
It would be appreciated if you did not feed them. We want
So
them
I'm
to
at least gonna get a sign and like put it on the school side, so hopefully, or just stick it in my ground right there, like, don't feed the geese.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and if you can, with that explanation, you know, they could come to children's field,
yeah,
so that people understanding we're not a heartless Republican.
all right, so now I have an appointment for the elderly commission and the housing authority, so.
Reading through that, does she want to be appointed to both or?
Yes.
Oh, okay, excellent.
God bless her. So moved. Don't even get rid of his name.
So.
Orly Hayes,
Morally, so I just need a motion to appoint.
motion,
Second,
To the elderly commission.
and the housing authority.
send her a thank you note and $10 off. Start.
Any, discussion?
Thank you very much for volunteering to be part of town government.
We appreciate your support.
Yes, very much so. Thank
So
you.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, carrying none, she's appointed.
And it's not a name I've heard before, so this is someone,
She was the one, I think she's the one that stayed later at the town meeting, wasn't she?
I wasn't at the town meeting.
Oh, yeah.
but it's not a name I recognize from any board or commission
Right.
before, so
Not anything.
it's fresh blood.
Yeah.
You know, rather than the usual players moving, you know.
All right, we're moving on. We're on to other business.
None.
The other one over there.
No, I need to go somewhere tonight. So
Okay. I didn't dress up for the meeting.
going to visit my mother in nursing.
Oh, nice. Suggestion for the next meeting.
Light ordinance.
Yep, we're moving it.
Keep chipping away at it and.
RFP.
Yep.
Or for the properties.
Properties.
Yeah, how many properties are there? Do you have a count?
I don't have it all handy.
I don't either. It's a decent number.
There's recollection of like 15 or
Yeah,
17
somewhere around.
from previous discussions.
I'll have to go through the whole list to figure out which ones we actually want to put on.
And I think it was a little confusing on some of them because it would say like the town owned it and then it said the state owned it. So it was question as to like who owned it.
And wasn't one of the lots
Possessions.
like straddled the state line, one of the Bailey Pond?
That one, I think, is for sale. I think that one got kind of big, but one of them does straddle the state line down at Bailey Pond, but it's currently owned by the what is it?
Woodrow.
Watershed? No, it's not that. It's the housing. It's on the round side, there's a neighborhood, and that neighborhood owns like has an association, like a neighborhood association, and they own like a chunk of land that they use for like, it has a park on it, a pavilion. There were people camping on it the other night, like campers. So I don't know, it's right on the pond.
But it's Connecticut and Rhode Island. It shares
Yeah,
the same
part of
line.
it is, so I'm not sure really like where, I don't know. how-
So is this homeowners association or neighborhood association paying taxes?
They're supposed to be, but obviously there's a problem, so. But I don't know, I'm not clear as to like, some of it's swamp back there too, so I don't know what parts the questionable part that the town, because they haven't paid taxes on. I don't know if it's the part where the playground is, or the part where the swamp is, or both, I don't know. Yeah. That's one of them, that's interesting.
Worst case scenario, The state line goes right down the middle of the park, half and half.
Yeah.
That's a lawyer's dream.
Yeah. All right, that's all I got.
Adjournment, motion.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And 25 minutes.
Happy Labor Day. everyone.
Oh, yeah. Couple of weeks.
Our next meeting is the day after Labor Day, or is it? That's 2
No.
weeks from
No.
today.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's the first week, so, yeah.
12.
Yep.